Hey, guess where I am? I'm just about to board the train to go onto the channel over to France from Folkestone side. So I just thought I'd do a quick chat about how you get on and off the trains. First time I've been able to film whilst I've been in the terminal, because you have to go through all the customs and passport control and all that kind of stuff. So it's a bit of a faff there, and you're not allowed to film. So what we're now in the lane that's going to take us down to our train. If you look over there, you'll see all the platforms and the train's ready to go. So some people haven't been on these before, and they're quite an operation. You can see how many bikes are in front of us. And basically, we go on at the back of all the carriages for loading purposes, and it takes about 40 minutes to get across. So we have to wait, quite a bit of waiting around sometimes, until they drag you forward, because bikes usually go on last. Double-decker trailers, they have an upstairs and a downstairs, which is quite cool, and you ride in from the side. It's a bit tricky. Here we go, just been called forward a bit further forward now. So I've no idea how many bikes these trains take, but there's at least 100 bikes have already gone on this so far. And what they do is they call you on in stages, and obviously it depends on the size of the cars that have been put on, vans and things like that, as to how many bikes they get on the back of each carriage. So we're going down onto this train that's on the left hand side as we look down the lane here. So moving forward, you can see just down the bottom of the ramp there, the last of the cars just gone in through the side entrance of the train, and all the bikes will be stored up there now. Our trains are massive. I have no idea how many carriages they are, but they're huge, and they go every 15 minutes. So it's a very, very slick operation. And you see the one that's carrying all the freight over there just leaving. I mean, they're carrying some massive weight. But basically what happens is you get called on and you drive through the train, and there's no securing on these things. You just drive in down the lane and they tell you where to stop. A couple of years ago I did this, and I had a GoPro camera on top of my helmet, which is a bit of a nightmare. When I got in there, I realised that this GoPro on the top of the helmet was going to catch the roof of the train, so I had to ride in a crouch position all the way down the train, which is a bit of a nightmare. There's such a different array of bikes we've got at the moment. We've got Can-Am Spikers going on. There's about 6 of them, I think. Must be a group. There's a German Hells Angels band behind us as well. They've been coming through different stages on their massive Harleys. So I'm actually part of the Magellan Motorcycle Tour's first trip to Croatia this year. And it's our group that's in front of us. We've got 9 of us on the tour. So you see, as the bikes are going in, there's a little ramp there for you to ride over, and it looks more scary than it actually is, to be honest. The main problem I find with it all is the amount of oil that's on the decking from the cars that have obviously used it. It's predominantly cars, I would imagine, and the centre part is quite slick, and you have to ride down the centre. And there's a bit of a plating, silver plate thing that's in the middle, and as you ride down, you have to park your bike diagonally across the train. So on this particular train, there's 2 bikes behind me, and that'll be the end of it. That'll be us all packed on. I would imagine these trikes that have gone on cause a bit of an issue, because they'll be classed as motorbikes, but they're as big as a car. They can't park diagonally across the train like everyone's supposed to. So you can see how small it is. The top part is already filled with cars. And now you can see how low it is why a GoPro on top of your helmet is a bit of an issue. So we've got all this heavy stainless steel plating and there's alley plating in the middle, and the guys direct you in. Basically you turn across the train, park at an angle of about 45 degrees, leave the bike in gear, and that's it. There's no need to secure it down. Cheers, mate. And that's it. That's the bikes parked for the trip. How simple is that? Give us a wave, everybody. Oh, give us a wave. You're now in a RiderCamTV video on about how to strap your bikes down on a train. How cool is that? You are now. You are the first female, apart from my wife, that's been on a RiderCam, and Sheena, that's been on a RiderCam video. Right, that's it then. 40 minutes later, we'll be in France, and our tour begins. So here we are. We're now in France, and what's going to happen is they do all their checks and things. They've stopped the train and all that old malarkey. And if I just walk towards these doors, you see these doors opening now, and these go right the way through the train. Open sesame! There's the next carriage. And now we have to drive the whole length of the train to get out. So it's pretty cool setup, really. The stairs that you can just see are going up to the toilets and the top deck where all the cars are, and we'll be on our way in a little while. And now the procession starts as we all begin our exit out of the train. I must admit, I do find it really disquieting when your bike is sat on the is on the train. It's not tied down, because it does wobble a bit, but it's only a little bit. But I just feel it just makes me feel anxious. But the bikes don't fall over. You know, you leave them in gear on the side stand, so that's just the way it is. So you can see how long the train is. This is our fourth carriage before we get to an exit. When you exit from either the left or the right hand side, I suppose it depends what platform the train's on. A little bit of a wobble there, because these plates in the centre are a little bit uneven, and you can hear the noise. You might be able to hear the noise that they rattle as you drive across them, so a little bit disconcerting sometimes. And they've got big lugs for the doors to butt up against. So it can be a bit tricky. The guy in front of me there, Dave, he was just wobbling a little bit there, and you only need to lose your concentration for a fraction of a second. But you can see there now bikes exiting, so we're right at the front of the train. Out into the brilliant French sunshine, which is lovely. And it's an exact replica of the British side. All very well controlled, all very stable. So here we are in France. So, if you like the video, give us a big thumbs up. And subscribe, Toby will do something like that. And that's the end of this video on how to get on and off the train at the tunnel. So, see you in a bit.